Welcome back to Zero to Hero. My name's Ethan, and today I'm going to talk about what it means to be enlightened, what enlightenment really means, and things you should watch out for from people who are telling you to do certain things or be somebody different in order to be enlightened. Today I'm going to talk about what enlightenment is, what I think it is, what I believe it to be, versus what some other people say it is. In my opinion, we need to be really cautious when we listen to people who are supposedly enlightened or who call themselves more enlightened than anybody else. I think, all enlightenment really means is that you have a self-awareness that you are more than just your physical body, that you have a spiritual self that is associated with you, and that higher self guides you through your life to the people, the situations, and the things that you need to grow in life. And beyond that, that's what enlightenment is. Now, you'll hear from people in books or in presentations or on social media, you'll hear from a lot of people about things that you should do or could do or, could go through, could implement, could learn in your life to become more enlightened. And I want to put out a warning right now that I think that all of that is unnecessary. Because once you understand that you are a higher dimensional spiritual being, that's all you need to know. Once you realize that, you also realize that your higher self is guiding your physical self, your physical body, and your consciousness into the right situations in life that it needs to be in. Beyond that, anything that you could learn is optional, because your higher self will take you to and guide you to the things that you need to learn, to the people that you need to meet. You don't need to learn or do anything beyond just understanding that you are a higher self, spiritual type of person. Once you go beyond that, there's nothing more that's really required. There's a concept in Buddhism that basically says everything right now in the world, all the people in it and everything out there is perfect just the way it is. And that's what I believe, that no matter what we are going through, what we are experiencing, the ups and downs, all the things that we think we could be improving in our own lives or in the world, that everything right now at any given moment is perfect. Perfection is not some end goal, some line in the sand, some point that you reach where everything is in some state of bliss. I'll talk about bliss in a moment and what that actually means, but perfection is not an end goal that you reach. Perfection is simply the pursuit of doing better, of self-improvement, of improving the world, of not even necessarily improvement. It's just the pursuit of movement, of change. So if we're perfect right now, there's no need for improvement. So be wary of anybody that says you need to learn about meditation, you need to meditate, you need to learn about yoga or chi energy or chakras or auras or any of that stuff that you can get into. That's, in my opinion, that's optional. If you want to go down those paths, if you're drawn to that in some way, then explore it, because it might take you someplace that's beneficial to you, but you don't have to do that. Because if we are truly spiritual beings, energetic beings that are just having a physical human experience in this lifetime, then we don't need any more than what we currently have. So be very wary of people saying that you need to do X, Y, or Z. To me, that reminds me of what I consider a very controlling structure that most major religions of today have. Personally, I view religions as a whole as being really a fear and control structure. Basically, the tenet of most religions is, do these things and you will be saved. You are a righteous person and you will be, rewarded in heaven in some means or some way or some fashion. Or if you do these bad things, you're going to burn in hell or be in purgatory or something bad's going to happen to you. And to me, that's a very messed up fear and control structure that has been highly effective at controlling a large portion of the world's population for, time immemorial. And I think it's a huge mistake for us to go down the route of believing that the path to enlightenment is one where you have to do certain things, otherwise you're not going to make it or you're not as good as somebody else. I think if anybody who says that they're enlightened is somehow better than you, they are a scam, a sham. you shouldn't listen to them. Be very wary of what they say, because you are just as good as them. They are not any better than you. I'm not better than you. You are not better than me. We are just different, and we are different paths. So your path might be different than mine. Mine is different than somebody else's. We are all on our individual paths. So enlightenment is not about a specific path that you go through in life, or a specific thing that you learn, or a specific skill that you develop, whether it's reading auras, or being really good at yoga, or meditating, or whatever it is that you might associate with higher learning. That has nothing to do with being enlightened. Enlightened is just knowing that you are a spiritual, higher dimensional being that's having a physical experience in this lifetime on earth. So I think the point of life is not to, kill ourselves trying to improve ourselves, so much that we lose focus of the fact that we just need to enjoy life here on earth. There's this concept of the laughing Buddha, where the enlightened Buddha, laughs. And I've thought about that a lot. And I think, to me, what that means is that, when you get to the point of, let's say, higher enlightenment, whatever that means, is that you realize that all of the things that we are doing to try to improve ourselves, improve the world, hasn't really done a whole lot in the scheme of things, because everything is in a constant state of perfection. There isn't really a good versus evil type of scenario going on in the world. We might perceive that around us, that there are things that need to be improved, and certainly there are better ways of doing things, but from a higher level perspective, things are in a state of perfection at any given time. So the dedication of one's life to pursuing enlightenment is sort of it's sort of a joke, in my opinion. I think we are all on different paths, and sometimes some of us want to explore those higher dimensions, or the self-improvement paths that we might take. But it's not for everyone. And that doesn't mean that somebody who goes down a certain path is any better or any different than anybody else. So you need to keep that in mind. Just because you hear from somebody, you see somebody who appears to know a lot about something, and you respect their opinion or respect their experiences, just make sure you don't get a trap of thinking that they're better than you, because they're not. They are just different than you. They're on a different path. They're living their own life purpose, the best that they know right now, because nobody has all the answers. That's for sure. Not a single person that you know, or that you read about, that you see on social media, nobody has it all figured out. We are constantly learning. And one thing that I've learned, and history has proven time and time again, is that the people who say, this is the way it is, this is the right way, this is the only way, have been proven wrong time and time again. Whether it's, the earth is flat versus the earth is round, whether, the sky or the earth, the sun revolves around the earth, or vice versa. Or, I think it's layers, like over 100 years ago, that the people in the physics world said, hey, we figured everything out when it comes to physics. There's nothing new to learn. Time and time again in science, in medicine, in spirituality, we think that we figured things out, and we are constantly proven wrong. So it is the height of ego, of hubris, to say that we know better than anybody else right now, because all the experts out there right now, that what they're saying, what they're pursuing, could be completely wrong. They might have a sliver of truth in whatever it is they are talking about, whatever it is they are doing, whatever it is they are pursuing, but ultimately there might be better ways of doing it. So don't let anybody tell you that they have the best way of doing it, that they know what it's all about. Enlightenment is just about knowing that you are a high-level spiritual being living out a physical existence on this earth. And once you know that, you are already enlightened. That's it. You are already awake, or woke, as people say, whatever that means. So I think that's important to keep in mind. And the things you hear from me and other people about spiritual growth or personal growth, keep that in mind, that you are your own person. You are on your own path. And just because I think I know something that could benefit you doesn't mean that it necessarily will, or that it is right for you. Your path is different than mine, just like mine is different than other people's. So always remember that. Anyway, just some things to think about that I think are important. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be talking about spiritual topics more in depth on this channel. Obviously, like I said, only listen to them, only pay attention to them if they actually are interesting to you and if they fit your desire to learn more. But there's nothing wrong if they don't. If you do enjoy this video, please like it, please share it, and please subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. I'd love to have you on board the Zero to Hero team. So make sure to click that bell icon so you get notified when I upload a new video. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, take care, good luck, and we'll see you around. Thanks.